Hi there, my name's Matt, and today I want to share with you a bit of my story. I was born to two very loving parents. I had a big brother, later a little brother, and my early childhood was predominantly very happy and healthy. At the age of 4, though, I endured a significant childhood trauma that would impact my life for many, many years and cause me many issues, and this tormented me for many, many years to come. At the age of 6, I endured a second significant childhood trauma. I've spoken about this before, where I was led away from my home at the age of 6 by 3 older boys, and this experience left me with extreme fear. I also endured through primary school many bullies, and again I was left with this sense of fear that the people would always be wanting to hurt me. I've always got to be on guard. I've always got to be on the lookout. One of the things I regretted most about my childhood, primary school years, was that one of the things I did to escape the bullies was when there was an opportunity to partner with them or side with them, there were times I did, feeling like that was the safest place to be. And although I can look back now and understand that it's a survival strategy of a child, it left me with a great sense of shame at my own behaviour. So I entered my teenage years and I did suffer a lot of self-pity, but also a lot of self-hate. When you have self-loathing, it's a really tough space to be as a teenager. I used to love playing sport, and it was such an escape from the pain, and I was fortunate enough to be in some pretty good junior sports teams, and we had lots of wins and premierships, but you don't always win, and happiness isn't always guaranteed, and even individual performance isn't always guaranteed. And it was a tough way to escape the pain that you're always feeling inside. I remember I began to chase girls, and I wanted a girlfriend, and I was so quick to fall for girls and think, this girl's going to make me happy. This girl is going to take my pain away. Quite often they would end up breaking up with me, probably because I was a pretty needy young man, and it would actually just cause me more pain, more self-pity, more self-loathing. At 14, I began drinking regularly. Me and my friends would drink lots of alcohol and go to parties, and this was another great way to escape the pain, because you think that this is a great way to have fun and lots of crazy behaviour as teenagers. And in the later teenage years, started smoking weed, and by my late teens, early 20s, I found myself I was selling weed, smoking way too much. I mean, any's too much, but smoking truckloads of weed. And my girlfriend was a adult entertainment industry worker, and I remember at 22 just taking stock of my life, thinking, where am I going? What am I doing? I'm looking over my shoulder all the time, wondering if the police are ever going to catch me, and thinking, do I want to make a future with this lady who was lovely, but is this who I want to make a future with? And I started to look to the new age and self-help and all of those types of things. If it's to be, it's up to me, and I can take control of my life and turn it around. And I did my best job at trying to do that. I met my wife, Megan, through those years, and we ended up getting married and moving to Adelaide, and we're running our own business over there. And it was at that time when I, for the most part, thought I was pretty happy and had my life somewhat in control, and thought I was doing as well as I could to feel safe and loved and secure. And there was a knock at the door, and 2 guys wanted to tell me all about their relationship with Jesus. And you need to understand that I wasn't looking for religion, I wasn't looking for Jesus. I thought I was doing okay. But something about what these guys were telling me just intrigued me. I couldn't stop asking questions. Every time they answered a question, I had another one. And the credit to these guys was they had great answers too. And I remember when they left, I shut the door, and it'd been about an hour, and my wife inquired why I hadn't sent them away earlier. And the truth is, I didn't know. All I knew was I went and dug out my Bible I'd been given as a child, and I started to read about Jesus. And I kept reading. And Megan must have been thinking, what has happened to my husband? Why is he reading the Bible every day? But you need to understand, up until that point, everything I'd believed was because I'd weighed up the information, decided what I think the truth is, and then formed a belief. But as I read the story of Jesus, and as I went through the Gospels, I knew I'd discovered the truth. I knew I had found truth, and I couldn't deny it. Even if I wanted to deny it, I couldn't deny it. And I now understand, it says in Proverbs 23:23, buy the truth and sell it not. When you get the truth, you hang on to it. You don't let anyone take it off you. You grab hold of it and you hang on. And that's what I did. And so I gave my life to Jesus. I was baptized and I began to follow him. And we can be mistaken for thinking as new Christians that now that I've found the truth, now that I have my own personal relationship with Jesus, that life's going to be amazing. But the reality was that the trials and the struggles continue. You know, it says in John 16:33 that in this life you will have many trials and sorrows. But Jesus says to take heart because he has overcome the world. You see, and this is something I've had to learn over the last 20 years. I've had to keep reading the Bible and get truth in me. Because in seasons of trial and in seasons of sorrow, it's easy to start to believe lies. We need to ensure that we're getting truth to combat those lies. You see, in the last 4 years, since I started my journey as a minister, working for the church as a pastor, I've had some of the greatest trials and challenges of my life. And the incredible thing is, you expect in this type of season that the things are going to go really well for you. I'm saying yes to God. I'm stepping out. I'm doing what I believe I'm called to do, and yet these trials keep coming. And the reality is, the human side of me struggles with emotions and thoughts and has to really battle. But the spiritual side of me engages with God in prayer, engages with God in reading his word, engages with God in seeking wise counsel. And through that I can continue to work through and overcome the trials and the sorrow. Because Jesus says he has overcome the world. And if I'm with him, I too can overcome the world. The trials that we've endured these last 4 years have been really significant. There's been a cancer scare. Then there was a cancer diagnosis. There's been financial stress. There's been COVID-19. There's been marriage strain. And all of this has combined over a 4-year period to be an opportunity for me to fall into self-pity and self-loathing all over again, just like I did when I was younger. But the difference between me and my younger self is I now know the truth, and his name is Jesus, and he can help us through anything. And if you give your life to Jesus, you're not guaranteed a trial-free life or a sorrow-free life, but you're guaranteed his peace if you seek it in those trials. If you would like to get to know the Jesus that I know, we would love to hear from you. Please get in touch with the church. Reach out, send us an email, give us a call. We would love to take you on a journey of discovering the God of the Bible, Jesus Christ, who can transform your life turn things around, fill you with peace, and comfort you no matter what's going on. So please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And thanks for listening.